in the heart of Sioux Falls for the most anticipated boys AA game of the season to date, and it might be a tough one to take off of its perch because we have the defending state champion from Mitchell in the house tonight, ranked number 4, and they're facing the number 1, 10-0 Lincoln Patriots, who are on absolutely scorched earth fire. So welcome to our Avera Game of the Week on our simulcast, our superstar media simulcast, Fox Sports 98.1 Radio, Metrosports.tv, the Outlaw Channel 13.2, and DakotaNewsNow.com. I'm John Gaskins, and we are about 15 to 20 minutes away from tip-off here at the Lincoln Gymnasium, where the near side, if you're watching on Metro Sports TV, almost completely full, and the opposite side, the student side, I expect that to fill up as well. This is a hot ticket, a hot seat. It's a tough parking spot to get if you don't get here before the girls' game starts, trust me. And people are just eager to see what is about to take shape because all of a sudden, within the last few games, the Patriot boys, who are starting their senior night ceremonies right now, have become must-see basketball. Their last 2 games, they have beaten the number 5 ranked team in the state at that time by a combined score of 74 to 33. This was over O'Gorman a week ago right here in the Lincoln Gym, 67-32 against a Knight squad that had averaged 73 points per game on a 6-game winning streak coming in, and the Patriots just blew them out of the gym on 12 of 25 three-point shooting, and then they wipe out Washington 80-35 on Tuesday night, in which the Patriots hit 16 three-pointers. They're doing this all for a first-year head coach in Luke Hanneman, who you can see at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Mitchell, they ain't bad as well. They're the defending state champs, and we'll tell you more about them in a second. And this is no doubt, if not the game of the night, the game of the week, and maybe the game of the year before we get to the Sweet 16, the Sodak 16, and the state tournament. But for this slate tonight, here's what we're looking at in AA boys basketball, brought to you by Augustana University. And the 4th-ranked Harrisburg Tigers, who have only suffered 2 losses, one of them by 24 to these top-ranked Patriots in the season opener. The Tigers are at Pier tonight. Always tough on the road in the ESD. Brandon Valley at home in an ESD tilt with Yankton. And then tomorrow, the Jefferson Cavaliers will host Roosevelt in a West Side showdown. 2 teams very hungry for a win as we are now heading down the stretch run. We are ready for February. Before March Madness, it is February Fury. Our top 5 rankings are brought to you by Touchmark at All Saints. And the Patriots sit atop the whole thing at 10-0. And again, on an absolute tear their last few games. Brandon Valley checks in at number 2. Just 1 loss on the season for the Lynx to 10 wins. Harrisburg at number 3 is 9-4. Mitchell, the same record. And then the Washington Warriors at 6-4. A solid squad. But man, did Lincoln take it to them. Just a few miles away on the East Side showdown at Tuesday night, 80-35. Mitchell's got some excellent players, 2 of the very best in the state to lock horns with, who is undisputedly at the moment the very best team in the state, the Lincoln Patriots. And we'll tell you plenty more about each of these squads as our pregame show rolls on. The number 1 undefeated Lincoln Patriots on a tear, hosting number 4 Mitchell, the defending state champs. And it's a Friday night. What a night for high school hoops all across the state on Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, the Outlaw Channel 13.2, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
Finding a place to belong is everything. It's where you can make a difference, where you're heard, where you have a team that supports you, and the benefits you deserve. At Avera, you can find that place. You belong at Avera. Apply today. Avera.org/careers.
Experience it all. Follow your academic and career goals and your love for the arts, music, and competition that thrills you. Learn from award-winning faculty and in classes where you are more than a number. Build lifelong friendships at game day experiences and in student organizations for all interests. At Augustana, you don't have to choose. Live and learn in the heart of South Dakota's largest city, where job opportunities, networks of professionals, and a hometown feel await you. Find your bold at Augustana University.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Make Dakota News Now part of your morning routine. Eric Thorstensen gives you the latest headlines and breaking news you need to know before you walk out the door. And Aaron Doudna has your first alert forecast so you can plan for the day, and several days in advance with our 10-day forecast. Get up-to-the-minute news and weather and start your day with a little fun. Every weekday morning from 5 to 7 on Dakota News Now.
This guy had more issues with his eyes. The minute he first came out of surgery, he walked in with a huge grin on his face, and for the first time since he was a little kid, he could see perfect.
Going to Vance Thompson Vision was an easy experience. If you're going to trust your eyes to anybody, trust them to a leader in that field.
When it came time for me to make a decision about where we were going to go for my LASIK surgery, there was no question that it would be Vance Thompson Vision.
You can't afford to have cloudy vision flying an aircraft. You have to have perfect vision. It's vital. I came here 4 years ago to Vance Thompson Vision and had my first light adjustable lens. About 5 weeks ago I came and had the second one done. It's just the technology is out of this world, is outstanding, you know. There's nothing else like it in the world. But even if I could get it done in Dubai or Tokyo or Singapore, I wouldn't do it except here, only at Vance Thompson Vision.
Number 1 Lincoln, number 4 Mitchell. It is a top 5 tilt in the heart of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. AA boys basketball, our Avera game of the week on the simulcast. Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, the Outlaw Channel 13.2, and DakotaNewsNow.com. Both teams warming up. Captains are at midcourt. The Mitchell Colonels come in here. The basketball cradle of South Dakota. They're so proud of their Corn Palace. Their 15 state titles in boys basketball. Their first in 19 years. Last March when they sweated past the Brandon Valley Lynx and hoisted the trophy. And it's time for our South Dakota State University team profiles, and for Mitchell, this team can certainly defend, allowing just 45 points per game, but with 2 of the top scorers in the state in their lineup, Marcus Talley and Colton Smith, they're not getting enough from elsewhere. 53 points a game, something that Riker Kreitz felt the head coach certainly is looking to build and improve upon, knowing they'll probably need more than that to win 3 straight games and another state title in March. They're coming off of wins in which they didn't score a lot. Roosevelt 42-38, most recently on Tuesday night. And before that, they got past T 53-49 at T a week and a day ago. The Colonels' 2 losses to their 9 wins are to number 3 Harrisburg a couple of weeks ago by the count of 57-46. And they also lost to Huron, a very good team receiving votes. This was in the Corn Palace, in which the Colonels only mustered 38 points in a 9-point loss. They're going to need a lot more firepower tonight to have any chance of beating these red-hot Lincoln Patriots. And let's take a look at their profile, brought to you by South Dakota State University. Number 1, undisputed, 10-0. Again, Brandon Valley's right behind them at 10-1, but the Patriots are playing like a team in its own class right now, winning every game by an average of 23 points. They average 68. They give up just 45. But the last 2 contests, you can't take your eyes off of their offense, just setting the pace. They drilled 11 three-pointers in the first half against Washington on Tuesday night. This was a rivalry game in a full gym, and on the road, hostile environment. Lincoln was just putting down daggers right from the jump and got up 43-12 at halftime and won 80-35, nailing 16 of their 34 three-point attempts, and all of those trays splashed home before the end of the third quarter. It was a JV game and running clock in the fourth. Otherwise, Lincoln might have done even more damage to that scoreboard and that stat sheet and potentially the record books. So the Patriots are just plain on fire for first-year coach Luke Hanneman, a 2009 Lincoln High School graduate. He was a part of the state title team coached by Robin Burgard that went 24-0, captured the crown. Burgard walked off a winner in the last game of his coaching career. Jeff Halseth, a longtime assistant, became the head coach. And over the next 15 years, Halseth had a lot of really good, fun-to-watch teams, including a pair of state champions in 2015 and 2016. Hanneman has spent the last 10 years at Roosevelt and the last 8 under the guidance of Mitch Begeman. All Luke Hanneman learned how to do there was build and develop and coach defense and rebounding and toughness, and he was a part of 2 state title teams for the Roosevelt Rough Riders, including the first team to run the table since those 2009 Lincoln Patriots. Our Central Bank players to watch. First for Mitchell. Talk about someone you can't take your eyes off of. Marcus Talley will be coming to Sioux Falls and living here next year as an Augustana Viking. The 6'1 senior is averaging 19 points per game. Last year he was a first-team All-State, All-ESD, and All-State tournament player. He shoots 54% from the field, 37% behind the three-point arc. He has drilled 27 three-pointers, and beyond those numbers, he is just plain smooth. He's tough, but he is smooth. He glides down the court. He is unafraid to weave through traffic, whether that means eluding guys or crashing right into them. He can do it all, and he's a really good defender. The player to watch for the Lincoln Patriots tonight, there's a lot of good ones to choose from. They have such a balanced scoring ledger. They have 5 players averaging between 6 and 16 points per game. We're going to go with Brody Schaefer, the sophomore point guard, who's averaging 10 to go along with 5 assists. 47% from the field. Brody makes 40% of his three-point shots. Not only was he a starter as a sophomore at quarterback on the Lincoln football team, but he guided the Patriots to the state championship and was lights out in the title game. He threw a touchdown pass to Sam DeGroat, who is Lincoln's leading scorer on this basketball team. But Schaefer looks and plays and acts just like his older brother Tate, an absolute gamer. And Tate, of course, guided the Patriots to the state football championship in his senior year last season. So there's a lot of championship pedigree on this Lincoln basketball squad. They are fearless. They have won a bunch of big games in multiple sports, and they have another one here tonight with the defending state champs who have taken off those trademark yellow and black striped warm-up pants. That means we're getting closer to tip-off. The gym continues to fill up, and the anticipation is high for the most anticipated high school basketball game of the regular season in the big boy class, AA. And we're just a few minutes away from tip. We'll have our Vern ID keys to the game, our starting lineups, and then finally we'll get that orange ball in the air and on the hardwood. Mitchell at Lincoln, a top 5 tilt on our Avera Game of the Week. Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, the Outlaw Channel 13.2, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
Time is valuable.
You shouldn't have to wait for the weather forecast.
That's why the First Alert Weather Team is giving you weather every 5 minutes in every newscast.
Every 5 minutes in the morning, every 5 minutes in the evening,
and every 5 minutes on the weekends, too.
Focusing on the weather that affects you.
You'll always get the First Alert so you can plan ahead.
First Alert weather every 5 minutes. Only on Dakota News Now.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Finding a place to belong is everything. It's where you can make a difference, where you're heard, where you have a team that supports you, and the benefits you deserve. At Avera, you can find that place. You belong at Avera. Apply today. Avera.org/careers.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Josh and Emily are visiting Emily's parents this weekend, where Josh will propose. He's nervous, but not about the ring. Well done, Josh. Well done. Chase is proposing to Ashley at the resort where they first met. Ashley was vacationing with friends, but Chase ended up being her best friend of all, plus some. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Finding a place to belong is everything. It's where you can make a difference, where you're heard, where you have a team that supports you, and the benefits you deserve. At Avera, you can find that place. You belong at Avera. Apply today. avera.org/careers.
It is full and it is electric here in the middle of Sioux Falls at the Lincoln High School Gymnasium, a packed house on our Avera Game of the Week for a top 5 tilt. Number 4 Mitchell coming in at 9-2, and the top-ranked Patriots at 10-0 and averaging 23 points per margin of victory, beating the last 2 number 5 ranked teams in the state in their last 2 games by an average score of 74-33. And it's time for our Vern ID Motor Cars keys to the game. And for Mitchell, they certainly want to control that tempo. Head coach Riker Kreitzfeld, who's done an amazing job in his 4 years rebuilding this to Gary Munson championship-level hoops. He says they have to keep Lincoln in the 50s. They have to reduce the possessions. And individually on defense, they have to stay right on the ball and not give any or much help to Lincoln's shooters, which is their entire team. For Lincoln, I mean, the key is just to play the way they've played. They've had some stiff competition in recent weeks, and they have just blown right by them with the ability to move the ball around the floor and knock down shots no matter who is taking them or where they are on the floor. But my goodness, the 3 ball is kicking in for Lincoln lately. They had 12 3-pointers out of 25 attempts against O'Gorman in this gym last week. O'Gorman had won 6 in a row, averaged 73 points per game in those wins, and still the Patriots blew them out 67-32. And then 16 3-pointers against the Washington Warriors on the road in a rivalry game last week. So Lincoln is, in the last 2 games, making an average of 14 trays in just fewer than. They're shooting just under 50%. They're making just under half of their attempts. So it's not just a high-volume shooting team. It is an efficient shooting team. And they've got some post presence in Luke Kremke's down low. He is a 6'4 senior, averaging 7.5 points, 6.5 rebounds per game. You just watched him walk through the Lincoln lineup. Defensive end for the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. A true X-factor in the post. He's going to have a busy night against Colton Smith, the 6'5 junior from Mitchell, a first-team All-Stater last year, averaging 16 points a game and a starter since a freshman. Has logged in a bunch of games, a bunch of big ones. Mitchell, 23-1 last year, the state champion, started this season number 1, won their first 5 games, lost 2 of the next 4, and now they've won 4 in a row, and they'll need all that momentum and more in this full house against number 1 Lincoln, who could become a team for the ages if they keep the blistering pace they are playing at right now. Brody Schaefer in the center circle. Check that. It's Sam DeGroat for Lincoln, a 6'6 junior with Colton Smith at 6'5. And the Tigers win the tip and go left to right in their black jerseys and shorts, their yellow numerals, trim, and lettering. Lincoln in their all whites jerseys and shorts, Columbia blue numerals, red trim. Dylan Talley's open right of the key and knocks it down from 3 land, given just a little space from Edison Knoll. And Mitchell draws first blood. The Tigers threw it down low, got a little position down there, and Knoll is not close enough to tally. One of the best players in the state. Our player to watch tonight. He averages 19 a game, the leading scorer in the state. Lincoln going right to left in a pull-up jumper in traffic. Sam Erickson off the front rim, open, and the rebound goes to Talley, who brings it down for Mitchell. Talley, a future Augustana Viking to be. He's a senior. Lincoln in a man-to-man defense. Talley on the left wing. Up top to Colton Smith. Over to the right wing. Sutton Thompson fakes a 3. Sam Erickson closes. A quick pass back to Solik near the top. And then Thompson takes back the pass from Solik and travels on the right wing. And Mitchell turns it over. Just under a minute into this top 5 tilt, the most anticipated regular season game so far of the AA boys basketball season. It's Mitchell leading Lincoln 3-zip. And the Patriots on their second possession go right to left. Schaefer runs right into Sutton Thompson and then retreats, drives down the lane, misses a left-hand layup and the rebound. Thompson, outlet to Talley, far side across the timeline, switched his dribble, blazed past one defender and missed a chip shot underneath. The rebound goes to DeGroat and Lincoln survives that. It's 3-zip. Patriots, who came out and made 6 3-pointers in the first quarter against Washington on Tuesday night, blank on their first two possessions. Erickson, mid-post, out to Kremke's. Left wing three is open and missed. Lincoln 0 of 3 on its shots tonight. Good start for Mitchell's defense. And Sutton Thompson got the rebound in the left corner. Here come the Colonels up 3-zip, 6:10 to go in the first. Man-to-man Lincoln defense. This gymnasium is almost full at 1,800. Left of the lane, Gavin Hinker, a big 6'5 center, a senior, works in. Skyhook right hand over Kremke's, airballed it. 6'5 on 6'4. It goes out of bounds, and it's Lincoln ball. So the Patriots have gotten stops on 3 of their last 4 trips on defense, but are 0 for 3 on offense, and their next attempt is now as they go right to left. Brody Schaefer. Here's a whistle blow and away from the ball foul as Edison Knoll cutting underneath the hoop for Lincoln. Far away from the ball is knocked down, and the first foul of the game is whistled on the Colonels. Gavin Hinker, that 6'5 senior center. So a fresh 35 for Lincoln. 2 minutes, 13 seconds into this big-time clash of the Titans, the defending state champs and the current number 1, and the champs lead 3-zip. First sub of the game is Mitchell's Owen Rommel, a 6'1 sophomore who can light it up from the outside. Inbounds pass goes to Kremke's left block. He moves in underneath on Hinker, then shovels it into DeGroat, and he gets blocked on his way down to the low post. 2 Colonels came up to defend him. A foul whistled on Mitchell. Riker Kreitzfeld, the Colonel head coach, has to restrain himself. Puts both of his hands on top of his head. And so, with Colton Smith, the second leading scorer, whistled for the foul, DeGroat makes his first of 2 free throws. So clearly Kreitzfeld, the 4th-year head coach, thought that was all ball. He was a student at Mitchell just 11 years ago playing under Gary Munson. Second free throw back iron for DeGroat. So Lincoln gets just 1 point off that possession and trails 3-1 as the Colonels got the rebound. Left to right goes Mitchell. Thompson, two-handed overhead pass into the post, knocked away and stolen by Kremke's. Dribbles to the timeline, hands up to Schaefer, right wing. Schaefer tries to slash toward the block. Fouled on his way there. They were not going to let Brody Schaefer just blaze on down to the hoop. A pushing foul is on Rommel off the bench. So 3 Mitchell fouls in the early going. And now Schaefer, the inbounds pass to DeGroat, right wing, hands it up to Schaefer, shot fake, slashes into the jungle, down low to Kremke's, on the deck, right past Hinker and in. One dribble, faked out Hinker, and the easy uncontested lay-in for Kremke's, the first Lincoln field goal. It took the Patriots nearly 3 minutes. This is the best offensive team in the state right now. It's tied at 3. Colton Smith, the left wing, contested 3 in and out for Mitchell, and the ball gets battled for in the mid-post. It goes to Mitchell, left wing, right wing 3 is no good from Rommel, though, is wide open. Erickson the rebound in the left corner. Hinker was on his keister with Lincoln players all over him and was able to get it to a teammate and at least get a shot. But the Patriots now with the ball right to left, tied at 3. Inside 5 to go, first quarter. DeGroat backing in on Smith on the left block, still backing. And then the ball is loose and picked up in the mid-post by Hinker. Here come the Colonels left to right. Talley drilling down the lane on Schaefer. Past him and with the right hand lays it in. That's a big-time guard battle tonight between Talley and Schaefer. Schaefer's been so good with the dribble penetration in these last couple of big Lincoln wins. 5-3, Mitchell the lead. And the Patriots just threw it away. Sam DeGroat on the far side in the backcourt. On the right side, heaved a pass toward the timeline on the near side, and it goes out of bounds because whoever he was hoping to pick that up was not there. So Lincoln's first turnover. The Patriots have just 1 field goal in 4 attempts. Mitchell with a 5-3 lead, 4:15 remaining first quarter, and the Colonels get the ball near side on the timeline as starting center Gavin Hinker checks out. That was after Luke Kremke's Lincoln's center checked out. So the chess match with the young coach is already underway. Here's a free throw line jumper that hits the front iron and goes in for Colton Smith. DeGroat gave him a little space, opting to do that instead of let Smith put it on the deck, and Smith took advantage. It's 7-3. Right to left go the Patriots, and a backcourt steal. Colton Smith, he's up in front of DeGroat, runs in. Oh, he misses the layup, and DeGroat gets the rebound behind him. Outlet to Painter. Painter dribbles to the left wing. Painter for 3. In and out. And the rebound was secured by Solik. It goes off his hands on the baseline. Riker Kreitz felt the Mitchell head coach was 10 feet away. He is beside himself, but he immediately realizes he can't do anything about it. Barks out defensive signals. Lincoln the inbounds pass left baseline up top to DeGroat. Hands it off to Erickson. Stares at the rim. Takes it on the deck. Steps back. Steps forward. Steps back. Three ball is down. Erickson, one of the best three-point shooters in the state. His 29th make in 11 games, and it's 7-6 Mitchell the lead. 3:20 to go first quarter. Mitchell, the number 4 ranked team in the state, left to right. Top of the key, Rommel. Shovels it to Smith. Back up top, Solik. Lincoln in a man-to-man. Talley drives on Schaefer. Stops left of the lane. Back behind the arc to Smith. Now up top, Rommel. Drives with the left hand down the lane on Isaiah Tier. Knocks down Tier, and Tier whistled for the blocking foul. Isaiah Tier, 6'3" senior guard. One of the smarter players. Luke Hanneman says he is coached. Hanneman doesn't like that foul call. Both coaches already on the refs in this big-time matchup. And so Rommel gets a pair of free throws, and the first one is through. Owen Rommel now 5 of 6 at the line this season. That was Lincoln's first team foul. Mitchell whistled for 3. Erickson, who just made a three-pointer, off the court now for Lincoln, along with Brody Schaefer. Lincoln is deep. They have 3 players that can come off the bench and shoot at just as high of a clip as the starters. The second free throw back iron. It's batted right back to Rommel, who was just behind the free throw line after his shot. But Lincoln is going to get the ball back. And forgive me, I don't know what that call was about. It wasn't a foul, wasn't a travel, but it is going to be Lincoln ball. 3 minutes remaining first quarter, and Mitchell leading 8-6. Both coaches make a couple of substitutions. The officials, 2 of them, had to talk to each other before this play starts. One of them goes over and has a message for the scorer's table, the official scorekeeper. There was no foul, but Rommel punched the ball. I think that's the word I heard, punched. I didn't see the punch. But anyway, Lincoln has it now, right to left, chance to tie as DeGroat moves in on Smith on the left block. The ball goes out of bounds, and it's off of Smith trying to reach in the cookie jar. But no foul there either. So Edison Knoll, the inbounds underneath the Lincoln hoop. 2:46 remaining in the first. His team down by 2. Long outlet. DeGroat leaps up to catch it. Smith is on the ground and hurt. Painter slashing from the left wing between 2 Patriots. Falls down like a bowling pin trying a scoop shot. A foul whistled on one of them, and Colton Smith, one of the state's best players, is writhing in pain on the floor, and he cannot decide as he is on both knees if he can walk, and he can't. He does reach himself off the hardwood, but he can only walk on his right foot. He is hobbling to the bench and sits down, and that is a bad sign for the Mitchell Colonels. 16 points a game, first team All-Stater from last year, and now Mitchell without him, presumably for a while. Inbounds past Painter, slashes from the left wing, puts it up over Talley in the low post, and drills it from 5. DeAndre Painter, one of those extremely skilled scorers off the bench for Lincoln, ties the game at 8. 2:25 left in the first. Mitchell left to right, full house. Right wing, 3-ball on the way, and down. Cold-blooded Parker Mandel, his first 3 of the year. He had attempted just 1, and it's 11-8 Mitchell. Colonel's doing everything they've needed to do so far to win this game. Painter puts it on the deck, drives the left rails, turns his back. Left wing to Knoll. Knoll back toward the top, now down the left rails, moving in on Rommel, back up top Tier. Tier puts it on the deck, a spin move, and Talley gets the steal on that move, left elbow, but Painter picks up the loose ball for Lincoln. Patriots down to 10 on the shot clock. Painter, far side, deep in the backcourt, trying to dribble in, hands it off to Bilal, right wing. Bilal with 4, right of the key 3, back iron, hits the heel, and it is rebounded by Rommel. Big defensive stop for Mitchell again. Up 11-8. Here's Talley, right wing 3. Nothing but nylon. Marcus Talley with a pair of trays. Arguably the state's best player with 6 points, and that's the margin for Mitchell at number 1 Lincoln with $1:20 remaining in the first. Edison Knoll tries to split two defenders down the right side of the lane for Lincoln. Heaves it up high and airballs it, and the rebound goes to Mitchell, and Talley brings it down. Dribbling between his legs on the right wing. Gets a screen, dribbles toward the top, lobs a pass towards Solik, who now is guarded closely by Tier at the top. He hands it off to Mandel. Now Talley deep back right. Oh, moved in, knocked. Oh, offensive foul. And it looked like he kind of forearmed Painter in the chest. Whether that was a true hard forearm or whether Painter was doing a great job of selling it, it works. Riker Kreitzfeld lets the ref know about it, but it is a foul on Kreitzfeld's best player. It is Talley's first of the game, and Talley takes a seat on the Mitchell bench with 55 seconds remaining in this first quarter, and Mitchell leading 14-8. Lincoln right to left, Schaefer. Long three, right of the key, in and out. Rebound, snagged by Kempkes on the right baseline to Schaefer, right wing three. He hoists again. That's rim and glass, no good. They were both good looks and just barely missed, and Thompson the rebound for Mitchell on the second one. So now 30 seconds remain in the first half. Mitchell with the ball up by 6 on the road at red hot number 1 undefeated Lincoln. And they're going to take their time. 18 on the shot clock now, 22 game clock. Players spaced all over the floor. Deep back left, Solik looking for a screen from Hinker. Dribbles right elbow, then bounces it down low to Hinker, who moved in on Krepke's ahead of him and laid it in with 9 seconds remaining. Hinker's first 2 points. Mitchell by 8. We're down to 4. 3, deep 3. Erickson drained it with a second and a half left on the clock from just beyond the right wing. A much-needed 3 for Lincoln that cut that Colonel lead down to 5. What a first quarter for number 4 Mitchell. The defending champs come in to number 1 Lincoln and lead 16-11 after 8 minutes of play. Second quarter, 1 minute away on our Avera Game of the Week. Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
The first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Lincoln, the number 1 team in the state, down by 5 as the second quarter starts. A lob into the low post to Sam DeGroat, and he missed it over the 6'5" Caden Hinker. And Hinker got the rebound. And here comes Mitchell left to right looking to pounce on that 16-11 lead. Parker Mandel at the top of the key for Mitchell. The Colonels are without Colton Smith, their second leading scorer. A forward who also averages 10 rebounds per game and 16 points. And he looked like he may have had a seriously banged up left leg. Landon Solik drives the left baseline, though, and they're going to have to get more scoring from guys like that. Just a nice one-on-one drive. Beautiful splash from the side of the rim. And it's 18-11 Mitchell. Erickson, high post and a high-level mid-range jumper over Owen Rommel, and Sam Erickson with 8 of Lincoln's 13 points, 18-13 for the 4th-ranked Colonels, the defending state champs. They're 9-2. Lincoln comes in at 10-0. They just beat a pair of teams that were ranked number 5 at the time by a combined average score of 74-33. Top of the key 3, Mandel off the heel. Mitchell the rebound. Out to the left wing, a 3 ball is hoisted. Open for Thompson. That's no good. And the long high carry to the left corner for Painter for Lincoln. Patriots right to left, down by 5. Deep 3, Erickson! Got it! Sam Erickson with 11 points. All of Lincoln's 3 3-pointers, and he makes it an 18-16 game. The Patriots nailed 6 3-pointers in the first quarter at Washington on Tuesday night, 11 in the first half. They are not shooting at nearly that clip tonight. Solik took a pass mid-post and airballed an 8-footer. The Patriots got the rebound. Another deep three. Erickson in and out. He can get so hot. And Landon Solik gets the rebound for Mitchell. Riker Kreitzfeld calls a timeout. 6:06 remaining in the second quarter. It's 18-16 Mitchell. Although it's a full timeout, we'll just keep it right here on our Rivera Game of the Week, Fox Sports 98.1 Radio. Outlaw Channel 13.2 on the good old-fashioned television set, along with DakotaNewsNow.com and MetroSports.tv. John Gaskins here at Lincoln, where it is full. Seats are hard to come by. 2 radio stations from Mitchell. 3 different live streams. We're so thankful you're on this one tonight. We feel like you've made the right choice. And on the good old-fashioned radio here in Sioux Falls. The big story is Lincoln, as I've been telling you, has been raining in 3-pointers and just scoring buckets in droves all season long, but particularly the last couple of games against top 5 teams, just scoring at will. They struggled in that first quarter. Riker Kreitzfeld, the Mitchell coach, says we got to keep Lincoln in the 50s. And right now, the Colonels are on pace to keep Lincoln in the 40s. But Lincoln has started the second quarter on a 5-2 run. But good news for Mitchell. Colton Smith is back in the game. He couldn't walk off the court when he fell down late in the first quarter. That looked like it could have been serious. But he's some magic rubbing, a little dirt on it, whatever it takes. He is back in the game. And that's incredible news for Colonels fans. So he's back there in the backcourt with Marcus Talley right now, 2 of the top scorers in the state. Colonels keeping it deliberate on this possession against a man-to-man, keeping it around the arc. Now Talley off a screen, right wing 3. Rim glass miss, rebound to Grote underneath, mid-post for Lincoln. And so the Patriots looking to get on a roll here. Sam Erickson has scored 8 points in the last 3 minutes of game time, a pair of 3s and a 2. Oh, beautiful cut and a reverse lay-in for Erickson. Luke Kremke's the big man, left of the key, zipped it down to a right baseline cutting, actually a right wing 2-bucket slashing Erickson, who laid it in for his 12th and 13th points. It's tied at 18. Nice baseline move down the right side for Rommel, not a prolific scorer. The Patriots basically let him have it by the time he had met a couple of them at the rim, and it's 20-18. Up top, Painter for 3 for Lincoln. Rim glass miss. Colton Smith got the rebound, and here come the Colonels. Up 20-18, inside 5 minutes to go first half, and Lincoln just fouled Landon Solik at the timeline. DeAndre Painter came running in to get the steal like a safety, burning in to get an interception in front of a receiver, and just banged right into Rommel, and has whistled for Lincoln's first team foul of this quarter. So Painter, good enough to start on any team in the state. The 6th man for this Lincoln squad takes a seat on first-year coach Luke Hanneman's bench. The Colonels inbound near the timeline, and Talley wants another 3, and he got it! Right of the key. Edison Knoll gave him some space. Talley has 9 points, all off of 3s, 23-18. Mitchell on a 5-0 run. Erickson, kick out, right corner 3 for Tier. Wide open, but missed it. Off the left rim, just a little strong, and it goes off of one of the Patriots underneath, going for the board. So another stop for Mitchell, the 4th-ranked team in the state, won the championship last year, 23-1. This season's record, 9-2, and they go left to right against a man-to-man. The Patriots are 10-0, and Justin Bilal, the second guy off the bench for Lincoln, just got his long arm on a cross-court pass toward the timeline on the near side. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be Mitchell ball. Red-hot Sam Erickson checks out for Lincoln with his 13 points. Brody Schaefer is back in, and presumably he'll have the assignment on Marcus Talley, but no, he doesn't. That goes to Edison Knoll. Talley at the top of the key. Right wing to Solik. Open jumper, banged home, 18 feet away. Colton Smith, welcome back to the game. He has 4. And it's 25-18. Mitchell a 7-0 run and leading on the road at number 1 Lincoln. Just beyond the halfway point of the second quarter. Edison Knoll fouled by Gavin Hinker as Knoll was dribbling from the left wing toward the free throw line. Hinker kind of got him, the refs say, around the waist. And the 6'5" starting center for Mitchell, a senior, has his second foul. He stays in, but Landon Solik, a starter, and Kendon Skinner off the bench. They go to the bench. Inbounds pass underneath, into the right corner for Knoll. A little head fake, and then Tier takes it right side, hands it off to Knoll. Now Schaefer near the timeline, near side, dribbling left hand. All the way down to the baseline, twisting between two defenders. Shoveling it off to Kremke's underneath. Can't get the bunny in traffic, and Hinker gets the rebound. Lincoln students wanted a foul. Colonels get the board. Here they go, flying down. Right wing. Mandel has it. He is just guarded like glue by Tier. He has to lob a pass toward Talley near the timeline that Talley has to leap up to get. Now Talley dribbling between his legs, slashing from the left wing down the right lane, and knocked it in. From the left wing to the free throw line, down the right rails. Talley finding his path to the hoop on a couple different Patriot defenders and laying it in. His first 2-point bucket. He has 11. It's 27-18 Mitchell. Schaefer wanted a three right of the key, but Talley was there. Now Tier slashing right of the lane. Into the left wing, Kremke's. Back to Tier, left of the key. Tier puts it on the deck, driving past Mandel. Lost it, out of bounds. Off of Tier's thigh. The Mitchell Colonels are stymieing the top-ranked Lincoln Patriots. It's 27-18 Mitchell. 2:39 remaining in this first half. Hinker takes a well-needed rest and well-deserved rest on the bench with his 2 fouls for Mitchell. He is making life miserable in the post for Kremke's and Lincoln's front court. And so now Mitchell up by 9, looking to make it double digits. The Colonels are currently on a 9-0 run, but they threw it away. Colton Smith was high left side and looking for a baseline cutter, and he just zipped a two-handed overhead pass way too strong. Baseline out of bounds, and Lincoln the ball right to left. Down by 9, and on a 2-minute scoring drought. A lob inside to DeGroat, left block. 2 Colonels get there. He retreats back out to the left wing. And now Erickson with Mandel in his shorts. Changing his dribble, spinning down the left lane. He slipped, and a pushing foul is whistled on Mandel. And an ignition from the entire Mitchell crowd, and I don't blame them. He slipped. I don't know if Mandel touched him, but he's whistled for the pushing foul. And so Lincoln will get it underneath their own hoop. That is Mitchell's second foul of the quarter. Schaefer the inbounds pass to DeGroat. DeGroat working right underneath. Tries to step back from Smith. Can't. But got the board just barely. Bounced it to Schaefer right wing. Now Painter from the top. Driving in on Mandel. Can't get the scoop to go off the glass. Battled Smith and DeGroat for the ball. Smith snags it away. Flies his elbows a little bit to get him off. And now Smith driving coast to coast. Spinning mid-post on DeGroat. Back to the free throw line. Now to the right wing. Rommel. And Brody Schaefer just ran into him going for a steal. Physical game between two of the state's top 4 teams. A push whistled on Schaefer. And for Patriots, their point guard, their spark plug, that is Schaefer's first foul. Lincoln's second of the quarter. 1:35 remaining in the half. It's still 27-18. Mitchell on the road. And the ball as they go left to right against a man-to-man. Colton Weir had to wait a while to hand it off to Dylan Talley, who had to come to him. Now Talley dribbles right wing, hands it off to Smith. Back left it goes to Mandel. Dribbles toward the top. Now to Talley. Down to 12 the shot clock. Talley a deep three. Short and rebounded right baseline by DeGroat. Patriots haven't gotten much dribble penetration from Brody Schaefer, their point guard tonight. That worked magic last week against O'Gorman. But Erickson moves down the lane and lays it in with the left hand. Just blazed by his defender on the right wing. And then the other defenders were not ready for him, and Erickson has 15 of Lincoln's 20 points. 27-20, Mitchell the lead. That breaks a 3-minute scoring drought at least for Lincoln. Mitchell was on a 9-0 run. Now the Colonels have it, a right wing three for Mandel. Looked good, but off the mark. Rebounded by Colton Smith, high post. He bounces it back to Talley. Talley draws a double team. Kick out right wing three, Smith. That's off the rim of the glass, but it's snagged underneath. Rommel can't get the putback. Knoll whistled for the foul. So Rommel got the board, missed the putback on a tough angle. A little contact, a hack on the arm whistled. Now the Lincoln fans in a lather, and Rommel will get 2 free throws out of it with 30 seconds remaining in the first half, and is Fourth-ranked Mitchell Tigers up 27-20. Rommel bends his knees and the right-handed flick is in front of this electric full gymnasium, the most anticipated regular season game in boys AA hoops this season. Rommel now 2 of 3 at the line tonight and 6 of 8 on the season. If he makes this, it's back up to a 9-point lead. And he doesn't. It's off the back iron, but the rebound goes to Weir for Mitchell on the left baseline. And so the Colonels now have the rest 20 seconds of the first half if they want it. No shot clock. And Colton Smith dribbling in front of Sam DeGroat near the timeline. Hands it off to Mandel. Back to Smith, right wing, driving the baseline, in on 2 Patriots. One move to his left, and he has the pass stuffed away from DeGroat. Outlet to Erickson, drives left wing, down to 4, down to 3. Erickson for 3, left of the mark and short. Rebounded at the buzzer by Mitchell's Rommel. And we go to halftime, and what a phenomenal first half on the road from the defending state champions from Mitchell. Their massive following rises to their feet and gives them a well-deserved applause. 28-20, Colonels at number 1, undefeated Lincoln, a team that had more than twice as many points at halftime on Tuesday night against number 5, Washington. Halftime in the heart of Sioux Falls. We'll have first half stats, scores from around high school basketball, highlights from the Vance Thompson Vision replay, and more on our Avera Game of the Week, where it's...
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Josh and Emily are visiting Emily's parents this weekend, where Josh will propose. He's nervous, but not about the ring. Well done, Josh. Well done. Chase is proposing to Ashley at the resort where they first met. Ashley was vacationing with friends, but Chase ended up being her best friend of all, plus some. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
In nursing, where you work matters. At Avera, we build Team Green around you, with a culture that values and supports you. Leaders who listen and care about your success. And benefits to reward the great work you do. The grass is greener at Avera. So join Team Green. Learn more at avera.org/careers.
Experience it all. Follow your academic and career goals and your love for the arts, music, and competition that thrills you. Learn from award-winning faculty and in classes where you are more than a number. Build lifelong friendships at game day experiences and in student organizations for all interests. At Augustana, you don't have to choose. Live and learn in the heart of South Dakota's largest city, where job opportunities, networks of professionals, and a hometown feel await you. Find your bold at Augustana University.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Halftime at Lincoln, where the top-ranked Patriots have been stymied by number 4 Mitchell, 28-20. The Colonels are just condensing, compacting, compressing a Lincoln offense that went for 67 a week ago on O'Gorman with 12 three-pointers and 80 points on Washington with 16 three-pointers on Tuesday night. And here they sit trailing by 8. This is a Lincoln team that's won all 10 of its games by an average margin of victory of 23 points, and a team that also has only had 2 of their 10 challengers get within single digits on the final tally, and they trail by 8. And it's time for our Vance Thompson Vision replays. Some highlights if you're watching this on Metro Sports TV. And DeAndre Painter slashing in for Lincoln in the first quarter right off the bench, getting a tough-earned 2-point bucket. That kid had 5 three-pointers off the bench in the win over Washington on Tuesday night. Marcus Talley has been on his game, perhaps the state's best player, certainly its leading scorer at 19 a contest, and he has made 3 three-pointers, part of an 11-point first half. The Colonels were not only getting big stops on the defensive end, pretty passes like that one from Landon Solik to Gavin Hinker for the inside lay-in. I mean, Mitchell has done it inside and out tonight. Lincoln, though, would not be in this game if it weren't for Sam Erickson. He has 3 three-pointers to go along with 3 inside the arc buckets to lead all Lincoln scores with 15 of their 20. And that included that First Dakota 3 that you just saw. A big inside move for Erickson, who proves he can do it both ways. I mean, Lincoln is a team that has so many different players who are not just great shooters. A lot of them can score on the drive, inside, and certainly from deep. Another one of Erickson's 3 First Dakota three-point makes of that first half. And in fact, every three-pointer that is made in these Avera games of the week brought to you by First Dakota Bank. So that includes the 3 First Dakota three-pointers from Marcus Talley, the 3 First Dakota three-pointers from Sam Erickson, and in fact, when it comes to those 6 First Dakota three-pointers total in this first half, those are the only 2 players that have made them. 3 First Dakota threes for Marcus Talley and Sam Erickson apiece, and that's it. And why not take a little bit more of a look at the way Erickson, just when you think he's going to take a First Dakota three-point attempt, he slashes on down and gets the backdoor bucket. 28-20, Mitchell with the lead, some halftime stats, and wow, Lincoln was almost 50% on three-pointers on Tuesday night, making 16 of them, 58% for the game. Tonight, the Patriots just 33%, making just 1 of every 3 shots, 8 of 24 overall. 1 of every 4 beyond the arc, 3 of 12. That's a mere 8 three-pointers fewer than the first half on Tuesday night against a very good 5th-ranked Washington team. Meanwhile, Mitchell is shooting 46%, 11 of 24 overall, 4 of 12 beyond the arc. At the free throw line, Mitchell is 2 of 4 tonight to Lincoln's 1 of 2, so Mitchell leading in every shooting category. And they're also dominating the boards. 20 rebounds to Lincoln's 12, 6 on the offensive glass to Lincoln's 3. The Colonels have 3 assists to 4 turnovers. Lincoln 2 assists to 2 turnovers. The individual leaders in this game, Erickson's 15 points is literally 3/4 of Lincoln's scoring. They have 2 from Kremkes and Painter and 1 from Sam DeGroat, their leading scorer at 15 a game coming in. And meanwhile, Marcus Talley leading the pace for Mitchell. He actually has 13 points, including 3 of 5 beyond the arc. And then Rommel, Smith have 4 apiece. It is 28-20. Lincoln, the number 1 team in the state, trailing at home in front of a packed gymnasium in the most anticipated AA boys basketball game of the season. The 4th-ranked defending champs from Mitchell will take an 8-point lead into the second half 1 minute from now on the Avera Game of the Week. Fox Sports 98.1 the Outlaw Channel 13.2, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
In nursing, where you work matters. At Avera, we build Team Green around you. With a culture that values and supports you. Leaders who listen and care about your success. And benefits to reward the great work you do. The grass is greener at Avera. So join Team Green. Learn more at avera.org/careers.
We all have dreams. At South Dakota State University, we dare to dream big. From the arts to the sciences, students and faculty discover what is possible and solve complex problems, challenging ourselves to think differently and impact our world. With SDSU, reaching to the stars starts on solid ground. Experience our elevated approach to education that prepares students to walk toward their future and build something greater.
Well, the Lincoln Patriots find themselves in the most adverse situation they have had in their sparkling 10-0 season, the first under new head coach Luke Hanneman, and he had some intense words for his troops in that huddle just before they came back onto the court to start the second half of our Avera Game of the Week. Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, the Outlaw Channel 13.2, and DakotaNewsNow.com. A full house has watched the defending state champs at 9-2. The number 4 ranked team in the state lead 28-20 and hold the hot shooting Patriots to just 33% from the field. And Mitchell gets the ball to start the second half. Man-to-man defense from Lincoln. The Colonels in those black jerseys and shorts, yellow numerals and trim. Sutton Thompson in the right corner, fake the pass to the post, up top to Talley. He whirls a pass inside, and Hinker gets the bucket and the foul. Gavin Hinker, the 6'5 center, strong, sturdy, had a good positioning on the 6'4, strong and sturdy Luke Kremke's, and Hinker has gotten the better of that battle tonight. It's Kremke's first foul, and Hinker to complete the three-point play, bobbles it in, really a no-doubter. And Gavin Hinker now has 5 points, and Mitchell is up 31-20, tying its biggest lead of the game. Patriots left to right. Brody Schaefer quiet tonight. Into the left block, Kremke's right corner three, Knoll. Rim glass miss. Lincoln 4 of 13 on three-point attempts. They were 11 of 16 in the first half on Tuesday night. Talley driving the right baseline, and just a teardrop right on down from 4 feet away. And Marcus Talley, the state's leading scorer, has 15 tonight. And it is a 33-20 Mitchell lead. Riker Kreitzfeld had the plan for his troops tonight, and they are executing it to perfection. Erickson right wing, dribbling to the baseline, double teamed, bounces it inside the Knoll, who is cutting the left side. And either Talley or Solik whistled for a foul reaching in. It's on Solik, who averages 3 points a game for the Colonels, rather than Talley, who averages 19. And a $1.05 into this second half. The Patriots get the inbounds pass to Erickson in the right corner. He lost his footing in the ball, recovered, step back three over Thompson. Got it! Erickson with 4 First Dakota three-pointers, 18 of Lincoln's 23 points. It's 33-23 Colonels. The Lincoln students, and it's a huge section tonight, chance defense. Smith on the left elbow tries to zing a left-handed pass to the baseline that Brody Schaefer gets a hand on and tips out of bounds, and so the Colonels will inbound near the left corner on their baseline. Up by 10, a minute and a half into the second half at the state's number 1 team, who's undefeated and beating opponents by an average of 23 a game. Inbounds all the way to the right corner, slashing in Thompson, backing in on 3 defenders. Left wing Solik, and now Smith with a hand in his face inside to Hinker, double teamed, and just splits his 2 defenders and lays it right in with 2 hands on the left glass. Hinker with 5 early second half points, 35-25 Mitchell. Schaefer, right wing, drives, gets the lay-in off the glass, falls down, and makes it 35-25. Brody Schaefer did that a million times last week here against O'Gorman. And on the other side, Talley is whistled for a charge. He was trying to barge down the right rails. Edison Knoll, stationary enough, falls on his keister, Riker Kreitzfeld, the young Mitchell coach, shakes his head, looks at his bench, wants to make sure how many fouls that is on Tally. I believe it's his second. Although the scoreboard, no, it's his third. Tally has 3 fouls. Schaefer driving the right rails for Lincoln, hoists it up over Solik on the right block and missed, and Tally got the rebound. Mitchell still up by 10, 5:45 remaining in the third quarter. Lincoln in a man-to-man. Smith puts it on the deck in the high post, retreats, then left of the key 3, Solik. Drano! Landon Solik, just his second three-pointer of the entire season. What a night, what a time to do it. He gives Mitchell a 13-point lead at the state's number 1 team. It's 38-25. 5:20 remaining in the third quarter. Lincoln deep backcourt, Erickson, guarded closely by Thompson, up top to Krempkes, back to Erickson, almost lost it on the baseline, tried to whirl it back to the right wing, and it's off of Thompson going for the steal, and that's a fortuitous hand on the ball for Lincoln because Brody Schaefer was not ready to corral Erickson, who took a pass that was just a little too hot from Krempkes, straddling the baseline, but Lincoln does inbound on the far side, just beyond the wing. Schaefer up top 3. Off the rim of the glass, and Hinker, the only player underneath there for the rebound. He grabs it for Mitchell. 3 minutes into the second half, Colonel's looking to extend a 13-point lead. Krempkes whistled for a foul in the backcourt. As Tally started to dribble from the timeline toward the top of the key and then attempt to pass, Krempkes got a hand on it, but he's whistled for some body contact. He and Edison Knoll check out. That's a pair of starters for Lincoln. And so Painter and Tier come off the bench for the Patriots. 2 players skilled and high scoring enough to start for most teams in the state. 38-25, Mitchell the lead. They've inbounded it from the far sideline, and Smith now has it left of the key. Now Tally left wing. Schaefer in his shorts. Tally dribbling back to Smith, left baseline, near the arc. Up top, right wing 3 on the way. It's off the back iron for Rommel. Snagged by Smith on the right baseline. Mitchell a fresh 35. Up by 13. 4:40 left in the third. Now Solik with Tier on him. Top of the key. Left wing Smith. Cross-court pass. Rommel driving the right baseline. Left-hand lay-in is good off the right glass between 2 Lincoln defenders. So many quality ways to score for Mitchell tonight. Rommel has 6 off the bench. It's a 15-point lead. Now Tier in the mid-post jungle. Can't get the right-handed hanger to go from 5. Hinker the rebound for Mitchell. The Colonels dominating the number 1 team in the state, 40-25. And they have upticked their lead from 8 at the break to now 15. They have started this half on a 12-7 run. Tally at the free throw line. Schaefer with a hand in his face. Now right wing. Solik dribbling toward the top. Right elbow. Lost it, and a foul whistled on Lincoln. Solik was losing control of the ball. It appeared Tier just reached out and grabbed the ball. But again, a foul is whistled. It's been a physical game. These refs are calling it tight. And clearly in the minds of both of these squads, far too tight on plays that look to be just good defense. Hinker checks out. So that's a big man that checks out, but so does Lincoln's big man, Luke Krempkes. So the Colonels inbound it all the way toward the timeline, up by 15. New shot clock. Down the lane. Mandel just kind of armbarred Bilal off the bench from Lincoln and gets an easy lay-in as they isolated the lane for Mandel, who has 5 off the bench. It's a 17-point Mitchell lead. This is unbelievable. 42-25 with 3:20 remaining in the third. Knoll down the right lane, off the right glass and in. Great pass from Bilal at the top of the key. Caught Knoll in stride and he whizzed past his defender to make it 42-27. And Lincoln head coach Luke Hanneman calls a 30-second timeout. 3:13 remaining in the third. And we'll try to pick our heads up off the floor after they've spun off of our shoulders. It's not a surprise Mitchell has a lead in the third quarter on the number 1 team in the state. It is astounding it is this big of a lead. The Colonels have done everything right and everything that head coach Riker Kreitzfeld intended them to do. They have stopped Brody Schaefer from almost any of the dangerous dribble penetration that has broken ankles for opposing defenses in Lincoln's 10-0 start. Lincoln is just 5 of 16 from beyond the three-point line. They made 16 out of 34 attempts on Tuesday night at number 5 Washington. And the Colonels are keeping the game at their pace. And their goal tonight was to hold Lincoln under 60 while scoring at least 55. And Mitchell's certainly well on its way. So off the Lincoln timeout, 3:13 remaining in the third. Number 4 Mitchell leading at number 1 Lincoln, 42-27. And now Lincoln putting on a full court press. Marcus Talley trying to dribble between Bilal and Painter, well shy of the timeline. And 3 passes later, a left wing 3 for Mandel. It pops in like a pinball. So Mitchell breaks the full court press, and then Lincoln, an unforced error off the inbounds pass that hardly anyone was watching. It's now 45-27. Parker Mandel has his first 2 3-pointers of the season in this game at the state's number 1 team. And that was just, I don't know what that was on the inbounds pass, but it was rolled away off the catch toward the Mitchell bench on the near sideline, which is where the inbounds pass goes. And now the Colonels up 18 with the ball. Colton Smith thought about a 3 right wing, hand face guarded by Sam DeGroat. Cross court to Talley, double teamed, and Painter runs into Talley and knocks him down and is whistled for the foul. So DeAndre Painter, a really good, big, strong player, a lot of swag. His hair and dreadlocks flying all over the place, his bright yellow shoes shining, just trying to do something, anything to thwart Mitchell's momentum on Marcus Talley, who has 3 fouls, but 15 points, and Talley grabs the long inbounds heave toward the circle, and now is dribbling back right side, shoveling to Mandel, who had his 3-pointer blocked on the right wing by Bilal, who catches the block in the air. Lincoln gets a defensive stop. Now they're working on an 18-point deficit as they go left to right against a man-to-man. 2:20 remaining in the third quarter, 45-27 Mitchell. Erickson left of the key, only player for Lincoln who's really putting up points tonight, and he walked as he struggled to decide what to do as he dribbled with his left hand, left of the lane. Owen Rommel off the bench for Mitchell, forces him into a travel, and Mitchell gets the ball back. Lincoln only had 2 turnovers in the first half, but they've had a few here in the third, and that's partly why Mitchell has extended an 8-point lead at the break to 18. So here come the Colonels right to left, up 45-27. 2:10 to go in the third. Looking to just strike while the iron is hot. They have smelled blood and drawn plenty more of it in this third quarter. The Patriots, who made 16 3-pointers on Tuesday, have made just 4 tonight. Talley down the left rails on a double team. Leaned in, missed it, got his own rebound. The putback no good. DeGroat fighting for it with Smith. And it's on the baseline. We have a foul as Brody Schaefer was corralling the ball. The Colonels whistled for a foul. And the Patriots will get the ball back. And the foul is on Parker Mandel. That is Mitchell's 3rd foul of this third quarter. They'll re-rack it back to 0 as soon as it's over. Lincoln has 3 fouls, 1:40 remaining in the quarter. And Schaefer driving right rails penetration, missed the leaner, got past his defender. The Patriots got the rebound, and now Bilal in the left corner just trying to drive on Mandel, who gives him no space, and is whistled for a push. Parker Mandel's 3rd foul off the bench. So Lincoln still down 45-27. They are the state's number 1 ranked team and 10-0. Schaefer the inbounds pass inside the left wing to DeGroat, who's been quiet tonight. He averages 15 a game, and DeGroat has just 1 point. He slashes into the mid-post on Smith, who slapped the ball away, but a foul whistled on Smith. He got a part of DeGroat's arm. Non-shooting foul, Mitchell's 4th of the quarter, so now Lincoln will get 2. No, it must be their 5th. The scoreboard has 4, now it has 5, and that is why off a non-shooting foul, now Sam DeGroat gets to go to the line, where he is 1 of 2 tonight, and 77% on the year, and he missed it. That's Lincoln's night tonight. The ball is just not going in the cylinder. No matter if it's a drive, a 3-pointer, or a free throw. Now, the drives and the 3-pointers have just been well defended. He missed the second one off the back iron. That's a 77% free throw shooter, missed both. But the long carom went to Justin Bilal, left of the lane, and now Lincoln has it in Erickson's hands. Step back right wing 3. Got it! Sam Erickson, the one-man band for Lincoln tonight. He has 21. That's another First Dakota three, his fifth. And it's 45-30, Mitchell the lead with 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. Erickson with more than 2/3 of Lincoln's points. Now the Colonels have a right rails drive and a weird attempted scoop around the defender lob pass. Out of bounds on the baseline. A little confusion for Kendon Skinner off the bench. And so Lincoln down by 15, now inside a minute to go, third quarter. Full house. Schaefer driving the right rails, knocks down his defender Skinner as he dribbles, lays it in. Brody Schaefer will just keep going right at him. And it's 45-32. Lincoln has scored the last 5. Full court press. Double team on Smith. Right in the Lincoln lane. He throws a pass in between Ramos' legs near half court and out of bounds on the near side. Lincoln gets it, and that's the loudest roar from the Patriot fans in their own home gym tonight. 37 seconds remain in this third quarter. Lincoln, a team that some, like me, were talking as if, look, they are headed toward an all-timer type of team. Could they be just the second team since Luke Hanneman's 09 Patriots to run the table in the state? They were halfway home in the regular season. Now they're down by 13. Schaefer drives the left rails and gets fouled as he goes up, this time with the left hand. He usually goes down the right side and uses his right hand. This time he went down the left and drew the foul on Landon Solik. It is Solik's second foul, and now Brody Schaefer, who averages 10 a game, but has been held to 4 tonight. With his first free throw attempt of the evening, he stares it down and knocks it down. Schaefer, a 66% free throw shooter on the year. A sophomore, quarterback of the state championship Lincoln football team. If he stays healthy and starts another couple years, he'll threaten all of those Lincoln school records and Class 11 AAA state records at QB. Second free throw pops in and out. And the rebound goes to Colton Smith for Mitchell. 25 seconds remain, third quarter. Shot clock is off. The Colonels are up by a dozen. And Colton Smith standing in the center court circle, just above the red Lincoln star outlined in that pastel blue. Brody Schaefer gets a steal from behind his defender near the timeline. Back to Schaefer. Cross-court pass Bilal. Erickson for 3. Right wing. Hits the heel. DeGroat the rebound with 4 on the game clock. DeGroat double-teamed. Now in the jungle. And he just can't pick up the ball. 3 different Colonels on him like glue. Nowhere to go. And the time runs out on the third quarter. The 4th-ranked Mitchell Colonels extend their 4-point halftime lead to 12. And are up 45-33 on the undefeated #1 Lincoln Patriots at Lincoln. Fourth quarter, 1 minute away in our Avera Game of the Week. Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
Has more than 40 years of experience providing great hospitality and focusing on providing seniors the full life. We have restaurant-style dining. We have a health and fitness club, wonderful life enrichment activities. We have wonderful team members who are here to be your support systems and your friends. Health services care team members who will help you in any level of care, assisted living, and then 2 levels of memory care and early memory care support. All of those things are at your fingertips when you're here at All Saints.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDI.
Buckle up, the Lincoln Patriots trailing #4 Mitchell 45-33 as the top-ranked Patriots get the ball to start the fourth quarter at home in front of a full gymnasium. Sam Erickson fouled on a left elbow extended jumper, and will get to go to the line to continue to peck away at this Mitchell lead, which got up to 18 at one point in the third quarter. It was 8 at halftime. Erickson with 21 of Lincoln's 33 points. Gets 2 left-handed free throws, and the first is in. Sam Erickson has drilled 6 First Dakota three-pointers tonight. That matches his season high. He reined them in against Harrisburg early in the season. Second free throw, also a swish. 45-35, Lincoln with a full court pressure. And that has gotten this lead from 18 now down to 10. And it does again. Colton Smith throwing a pass way down the court into Kremkes for Lincoln in the low post. And now the Patriots draw another foul. Erickson from the right wing was starting to drive down the baseline. And Owen Rommel whistled for the hold. Brody Schaefer, the inbounds pass for Lincoln underneath. Now Knoll, right wing. Up top, Erickson. Man-to-man Lincoln defense. Erickson in the floppy hair, white headband. Retreats toward the circle. Now dribbles. Step back three left wing. Oh, my goodness! Sam Erickson with 7 First Dakota threes. And the lead is all the way down to 7 for Mitchell with 7:15 remaining in the game. Plenty of time. Marcus Talley broke the full court press at half court. One of the Patriots shoved him. The game is getting super physical. A lot of fouls being called. Rommel now with his 3rd foul off the bench. Check that, of course, that was on Lincoln. I believe it's the 1st foul on Brody Schaefer. So now Marcus Talley with the ball for Mitchell right wing. Up top, Solik. Around the left wing we go to Smith, hanging it over his head. Mitchell, as they planned to do tonight, keeping this game at their pace, being deliberate, milking the clock, inside to Hinker, and he just throws up a 5-footer over Luke Kremkes that goes down, but Riker Kreitzfeld, the Mitchell head coach, wants a timeout because the Colonels' 18-point third quarter lead has been cut in half still, despite Hinker's bucket. 47-38, number 4 Mitchell with the lead at number 1 Lincoln. We keep it right here with 6:49 remaining in the fourth quarter. Mitchell has had the lead most of the way. A Lincoln team that had made 28 combined threes in their last 2 games. 12 against number 5 O'Gorman a week ago here in this gym. And then 16 at number 5 Washington on Tuesday when the Warriors replaced the Knights in that top 5 poll. And Sam Erickson has 6 First Dakota threes tonight. And those are all of Lincoln's 6. They are 6 of about 23 from beyond the arc after going 16 of 34 on Tuesday. And credit the Mitchell defense. I mean, their hands and bodies are everywhere. Nothing is coming easy for these Lincoln Patriots tonight, whether it's off the dribble penetration or the 3. Sam DeGroat, Lincoln's leading scorer at 13.5 a game, has 1 point. And meanwhile, Marcus Talley, Mitchell's leading scorer, has 15. But Erickson leading them all with 26 and Lincoln the ball. Schaefer driving the right rails again off the timeout. Hoists it up, fouled again. I mean, coming into this game, the only way you stop Brody Schaefer on these dribble penetrations down either side of the lane with either hand is to foul him. But Mitchell's been doing a good job of making him a little hesitant to drive until the second half, where clearly this has been more of Lincoln's plan of attack. Get it back to Schaefer's hands, but he's missing his free throws. So if you can't get him to score off those drives, of which he's done twice, he is now 1 of 3 at the line. 66% on the year. His second attempt is through, and Lincoln has the lead down to 8 at 47-39. Full court press again with 6:40 remaining in this fourth quarter. Talley and Smith back and forth to each other before the timeline, and Talley gets across it on the far side, and Lincoln now sets up its man-to-man defense. Owen Rommel dribbling from the circle to the high post. Now left wing Smith, inside to Hinker. Back turn, moving in, spinning around to the right-handed baby hook right over to Grote. Hinker has owned that matchup tonight. He has 9, it's 49-39. The other side, Schaefer just drives right down the lane, stops and just floats it up from 4 feet away, drains it, 49-41. And here comes Mitchell right to left. They beat the full court press. Full house defense chance for the Lincoln students. Inside to Hinker it goes. He can't get the reverse on the cut. Mitchell fans wanted a foul on DeGroat. DeGroat gets the rebound, and here comes Lincoln with Schaefer. Schaefer guarded closely by Solik. Into the mid-post. And a foul, a push is whistled on Solik. So Brody Schaefer really taking things over. Riker Kreitzfeld, the Mitchell coach, having a caucus over there with a couple of his assistants. They're trying to probably figure out how to defend Brody Schaefer at this moment. Schaefer, the inbounds pass to Knoll underneath on the left side. Two Colonels come flying at him. One of them knocks him down, and the foul is whistled on Owen Rommel, his fourth. 5:39 remaining, fourth quarter. Number 1, Lincoln, trailing number 4, Mitchell, 49-41 here at Sioux Falls, Lincoln, on our Avera Game of the Week. And Edison Knoll will go to the free throw line, and Rommel, forgive me, just fouled out. Gets a hearty clap from the Mitchell fans, which he deserves. Colonels have maybe inarguably the most stealth fan base in the state in AA ball, and the first free throw from Knoll is off the back iron. I mean, they travel well, they fill the Corn Palace. That place had become empty, had become a ghost town in some lean years following Gary Munson's retirement, but things are back in full force after their first state championship in 19 years under a former Munson player, Riker Kreitzfeld. So Knoll made his second free throw. It's 49-42 Mitchell, who was once up by 18 in the third. Now there's 5:30 remaining in the fourth, and they're able to get some passes back and forth to beat the press and set up their offense. Marcus Talley with 15 points, but quiet the last several minutes in the backcourt. Now it is left wing for Thompson. Up top, Smith. Colonels spread out all over the floor. Again, the shot clock winds down to 10. Talley now between the circles, dribbling between his legs. Step back, long three. Oh, it was close. It hits the front rim, and foul is whistled on Lincoln as Sutton Thompson corralled the rebound. It's on Sam Erickson, who leads all scorers tonight with 26 points. It's his first. So the Colonels inbounding underneath, up 7, 5:07 remaining, fourth quarter. Long two-handed overhead pass goes near the timeline, and Colton Smith leaps in the air over DeAndre Painter to snag it. And now it's Solik at the top, over to Smith, left wing. Smith lobs it inside to Hinker. Easy lay-in. Right past to Grote. Perfect position to Grote. Never saw it coming. Another lay-in for Hinker over to Grote. And Mitchell now up by 9. Schaefer another drive. Schaefer another bucket in traffic. And Schaefer will go back to the line for a three-point play. Brody Schaefer has taken over for Lincoln. Erickson started the big comeback down 18 in the mid-third quarter. But Schaefer has been driving his way to buckets and to the free throw line. And now with 10 points to his name, Schaefer completes the three-point play and makes the free throw. And Lincoln calls a timeout. The Patriots have come roaring back from an 18-point deficit to make it 6. We'll take a break as well. 4:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Number 4 Mitchell 51. Number 1 Lincoln 45 in our Avera Game of the Week.
The First Bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Down the stretch we come at top-ranked Lincoln. The number 4 defending state champ Mitchell Colonels up 51-45 with 4:40 remaining in the fourth quarter in front of a packed gymnasium. And again, the Colonels break the full-court press. They've been doing excellent at that the last few possessions. Colton Smith took a long pass from the deep backcourt, caught it on the right baseline, and just floated it in from 8 feet away, wide open. And Colton Smith, who averages 16 a game, now has 6 for Mitchell. Erickson, step back three from the right wing. Rim glass, no. Battle for it off of Sam DeGroat's hands for Lincoln on the baseline. And Mitchell gets the stop. A 53-45 Colonel lead with 4:13 remaining in the fourth quarter. Mitchell has led most of the way by 8 at halftime, by 18 in the mid-third. Lincoln had cut it down to 9 by the end of the third. Colton Smith double-teamed on the near side near the timeline. Got out of the jam. Now Thompson just across the timeline. Bounces it left wing to Solik. To Talley, driving the right rails. Draws contact. And the foul. Got the bucket. Marcus Talley drew the foul on the late arriving Sam DeGroat. Mitchell has scored the last 4 points since the timeout to take a 10-point lead with 4 minutes remaining in the fourth. Talley has 17 points. DeGroat whistled for his first foul, and Talley, the left-hander, strokes in the free throw to complete the three-point play and make it a 56-45 Mitchell lead. Schaefer getting a screen. Top of the key three on its way. Hits the heel. High, Karam in the rebound. Talley on the right block in front of Painter. Talley dribbling past Painter across the timeline. Painter stays with him, though. And now Mitchell sets up its offense, up by 10, 3:40 remaining. Here's a big pass inside and a pass to the trailing Sutton Thompson. Hinker drew a crowd. Nobody on Thompson, darting down from the top of the key. Thompson's first 2 points. It's a 13-point lead. Erickson drives the lane for Lincoln and gets the left-handed scoop to go for his 27-28 points. It's an 11-point Mitchell lead and a double team near the out of bounds on the baseline. And Talley bounces it out of it to Smith. Smith a long pass down court, and now Mitchell is able to again set up its offense. Just over 3 minutes left in the game. Up by 11. They were up by just 6 just 2 minutes ago. Great job off the timeout. They have scored 7 to Lincoln's 2. Talley just keeping it in the backcourt. Oh, a no-look pass underneath to Hinker. Hinker, hesitation, and then lays it in. Knoll came to arrive. That is a mismatch. Hinker at 6'5", Knoll at 5'11". An easy deuce for Hinker, who now has 15. And meanwhile, Brody Schaefer driving the left baseline, laying it in off Colton Smith, who is flat-footed, 60-49. Lincoln cuts it back to 11 and calls a full timeout with 2:39 remaining in this big-time AA boys showdown. And we will keep it right here. We'll take a breath, though. Inhale. Exhale. Full gymnasium. Our Avera game of the week. And the Mitchell Colonels built an 18-point lead by the mid-third quarter. At that point, Luke Hanneman, the first-year Lincoln coach, implemented the full-court press. He got the ball into point guard Brody Schaefer's hands a lot more often. They kept the ball in Sam Erickson's hands. He has drained 7 First Dakota threes, 28 of Lincoln's 49 points. The top-ranked Patriots took the lead all the way down to 6 before Mitchell, off the timeout at the 4:45 mark, has since gone on a 9-4 run to extend the lead back to 11. Off the timeout, Mitchell inbounding underneath the Lincoln hoop. Talley double-teamed, pinned near the baseline. Oh, and he throws an interception underneath to Schaefer. Back to Erickson, hand off to Painter, who lays it in. As the Colonels had very little defense for that exchange. And the lead is down to 60-51. Long outlet for Mitchell ahead of a double team, and Thompson now with his back turned top of the key. Painter all over him, and Riker Kreitzfeld has to call a timeout for Mitchell, knowing Thompson was on code red. Full timeout will take it with the Colonels. They're ranked number 4 in the state and leading 60-51 at number 1 Lincoln with 2:19 remaining in the fourth on our Avera Game of the Week. Fox.
Experience it all. Follow your academic and career goals and your love for the arts, music, and competition that thrills you. Learn from award-winning faculty and in classes where you are more than a number. Build lifelong friendships at game day experiences and in student organizations for all interests. At Augustana, you don't have to choose. Live and learn in the heart of South Dakota's largest city, where job opportunities, networks of professionals, and a hometown feel await you. Find your bold at Augustana University.
This guy had more issues with his eyes. The minute he first came out of surgery, he walked in with a huge grin on his face, and for the first time since he was a little kid, he could see perfect.
Going to Vance Thompson Vision was an easy experience. If you're going to trust your eyes to anybody, trust them to a leader in that field.
When it came time for me to make a decision about where we were going to go for my LASIK surgery, there was no question that it would be Vance Thompson Vision.
2:10 remaining. Clash of the Titans. Number 4 Mitchell leading at number 1 Lincoln, 60-51. Looking to hand the Patriots their first loss this season. And Mitchell off the timeout, throwing the ball all over the yard. A left wing 3 open for Solik, and he drains it. That could be the dagger. A first Dakota 3 for Landon Solik, his 3rd of the year, his 2nd of the night. It's 63-51. Other side to Grote, right wing, step back, no. Rim glass miss, Colton Smith the rebound. Outlet to Solik to the timeline, far side to Talley, double teamed. Heaves it ahead to Smith, just beyond the timeline at the circle. And now the Colonels just passing it back and forth to each other in the half court. Probably waiting for Lincoln to foul. Sutton Thompson had a wide open 3 on the left wing, but he's going to opt to continue to drain the clock. That's smart. Whips it over to the right wing, Solik. Solik faked the pass to the post, up top to Smith. 8 on the shot clock. Now Sutton left wing 3 on the way. Just a little strong, and the rebound goes underneath the hinker for Mitchell. 1:10 to go in the game. Lincoln's down by 12. They got to think about fouling now. But they're not yet. And now Colton Smith, a steal at the timeline. DeGroat drives, lays it in. Smith just let him do it. The lead down to 10. And Sam DeGroat, Lincoln's leading scorer, has his first field goal of the game. 55 seconds left of the fourth. A double team on Talley. Talley lobs it ahead to Smith at the Lincoln free throw line. Smith casually dribbling and forcing DeAndre Painter to come in and foul him near half court. With 48 seconds remaining and a 10-point Mitchell lead. That's Lincoln's 4th foul, and so one more is needed to send Mitchell to the line. And if I were Luke Hanneman, I'd advise his team to do that ASAP, down 10. Sutton Thompson double-teamed on the inbounds pass on the near side and didn't know what to do. Riker Kreitzfeld calls a 30-second timeout for Mitchell. The Colonels now have 2 of those, while Lincoln has 2 itself, and a decent portion of the over 1,500 fans jamming Lincoln High School's gymnasium tonight starts to head for the exits. 48 seconds remaining. Mitchell up by 10. The Colonels have had the lead most of the game. 16-11 after 1. 28-20 at the break. They got it all the way up to 18 mid-third. The Patriots started barging back thanks to full court pressure and Brody Schaefer's drives. And it was all the way down to 6 with 4:45 left in the fourth after Mitchell had gone back up by 11. But now it's a 10-point Colonel lead. Every time the Patriots put on a charge, the Colonels have had an answer. So now Lincoln with a foul to give. Inbound to Colton Smith for Mitchell, and he is fouled within 3 seconds of that inbounds pass. Now there's 45 seconds remaining in the fourth. And the Colonels up 63-53 at number 1 undefeated Lincoln. And Colton Smith to the line to shoot his first 2 free throws of the evening. DeAndre Painter is done for Lincoln with his 5th foul. And so Smith now a 54% free throw shooter on the year. His first of 2 bobbles in and out. As more fans start to file for the exits. Speaking of jammed, that parking lot here tonight, you probably had to be here before the girls' game to get a decent spot. Mitchell pulled away in that affair after a 1-point halftime lead. Smith makes his 2nd free throw. Meanwhile, Schaefer just drains a long 3 left of the key off a long pass to make it 64-56. And then the Patriots foul Colton Smith just after the inbounds pass. 36 seconds remain, fourth quarter, 64-56, Mitchell the lead. And now the Lincoln Patriots trying to go Jim Valvano, North Carolina State Wolfpack, 1983 NCAA tournament. And just, you got to foul as much as possible and just hope they miss and inch your way back. But the Patriots maybe could have started doing it a little earlier. They were gambling with full court pressure, trying to get steals and interceptions, and they got a few, but not nearly enough. Smith makes his first free throw of 2. Second one, that's down. And so Mitchell's lead now 10. 36 seconds, fourth quarter. Schaefer thought about a long three, had a hand at his face to Grote, left wing. Colton Smith on him like glue. Now Erickson with 28 points, trying to position himself for a three. Now DeGroat near the top, leans in, steps on the line. He drained along 2, but 15 seconds went off the clock. It's 66-58. And now Lincoln fouls Marcus Talley on the inbounds pass with 15.7 seconds remaining and a 66-58 Mitchell lead. Edison Knowles, third foul of the evening. The Colonels are in the 2-shot bonus, and Marcus Talley, who racked up 15 points at halftime, quiet in the second half, gets 2 free throws. A senior, first-team All-Stater last year, misses the first. He is 71% on the year, and 2 of 4 tonight. So he is committed to Augustana University, just a terrific point guard. And he drains the second free throw for a 67-58 lead. Schaefer loses the ball in the backcourt. Colton Smith gets the steal, 10 seconds, and Colton Smith gets the one-handed jam. Why not? 69-58. Knoll double-teamed three-pointer left of the key, hits the front rim, and that's the buzzer. Colton Smith with the Herculean flex runs over to the bench, and the Mitchell Colonels have handed number 1 Lincoln its first loss of the season, 69-58. The 4th-ranked team in the state leads wire to wire, and their pumped-up fans will have a happy drive west on I-90 back to the basketball cradle of South Dakota after a statement-making road victory, 69-58. The Patriots, who some were wondering, including yours truly, could run the table like Luke Hanneman's 2009 squad all the way to the state title, now know they have some competition. They only had 2 wins of their 10 by a single digit. They had blown out 5th-ranked O'Gorman and then 5th-ranked Washington by an average of 40 points in their last 2 games. And Mitchell came right in here from the jump, had a clear, effective game plan from head coach Riker Kreitzfeld, and operated it, executed it to, stone-cold precision. 69-58, Mitchell with the win. We'll have our American State Bank Player of the Game, some highlights from the Vance Thompson Vision replay board, and more on our post-game show next on our Avera Game of the Week. Fox Sports 98.1, Metrosports.tv, the Outlaw Channel 13.2, and DakotaNewsNow.com.
All have dreams. At South Dakota State University, we dare to dream big. From the arts to the sciences, students and faculty discover what is possible and solve complex problems, challenging ourselves to think differently and impact our world. With SDSU, reaching to the stars starts on solid ground. Experience our elevated approach to education that prepares students to walk toward their future and build something greater.
This guy had more issues with his eyes. The minute he first came out of surgery, he walked in with a huge grin on his face, and for the first time since he was a little kid, he could see perfect.
Going to Vance Thompson Vision was an easy experience. If you're going to trust your eyes to anybody, trust them to a leader in that field.
When it came time for me to make a decision about where we were going to go for my LASIK surgery, there was no question that it would be Vance Thompson Vision.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part. Earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
In nursing, where you work matters. At Avera, we build Team Green around you. With a culture that values and supports you. Leaders who listen and care about your success. And benefits to reward the great work you do. The grass is greener at Avera. So join Team Green. Learn more at avera.org/careers.
Experience it all. Follow your academic and career goals and your love for the arts, music, and competition that thrills you. Learn from award-winning faculty and in classes where you are more than a number. Build lifelong friendships at game day experiences and in student organizations for all interests. At Augustana, you don't have to choose. Live and learn in the heart of South Dakota's largest city, where job opportunities, networks of professionals, and a hometown feel await you. Find your bold at Augustana University.
Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. Your first and only local news in primetime. 1 hour to focus on the headlines of the day, plus breaking news as it happens. 1 hour to provide in-depth coverage of the biggest stories, alerting you first to what impacts you and your family's safety. 1 hour to give you a more detailed look at your first alert forecast, updating you every 5 minutes so you can prepare for tomorrow's forecast tonight. Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. Your first alert.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Night of high school basketball in Sioux Falls. An impressive basketball display from the all-time high school basketball program at the highest level in South Dakota. The Mitchell Colonels, who just won their 15th state title, their first in 19 years, last March, come into top-ranked, undefeated Lincoln and just storm the barn. They were up 28-20 at half, had a lead as big as 18 in the third quarter. The Patriots got to within 6 twice, but Mitchell down the stretch was able to beat the full court press, get some big easy buckets, make some free throws, and get out of here with a 69-58 win, at which, in the end, things got a little heated. The Lincoln crowd and the Lincoln players did not like Colton Smith's dunk with 10 seconds left. I'm going to have to say deal with it. You want him to dribble out the clock in this heated of a game? He put the exclamation point on a big Mitchell win. And welcome to our post-game show, the simulcast, and on metrosports.tv, the Vance Thompson Vision replay. And tonight, the Mitchell Colonels were getting 19 points from the likes of Marcus Talley, the future Augustana Viking, who in his senior season just continues to be a nightmare for defenders. In the first half, Landon Solik found Gavin Hinker, who had 15 big points underneath. He won the big man matchup with Lincoln's Luke Krenkes tonight over and over again on both ends of the floor. Talley's so dangerous on the dribble. You don't know if he's going to penetrate on this particular three-pointer. He stepped back and drained it. Marcus Talley had, on my count, 4 First Dakota three-point makes tonight. In the second half, after taking a 28-20 lead at the break, Mitchell just continues to attack. Talley, a big threat outside, so he just zinged a pass inside the Hinker for 2 of those 15. And Mitchell was just bombarding this Lincoln defense from all ends of the court. Lincoln giving up 45 points per game in their first 10 contests this year, giving up 24 more than that tonight. And that is in part because guys like Landon Solik drained 2 of his 3 3-pointers all season tonight. Just 1 coming in. He splashed home 2 First Dakota 3-point makes and finished with 8 points. And Parker Mandel had 2 of his 3 3-pointers on the season as well. Hinker, another inside bucket, lulling the Lincoln inside defense to sleep. That's going to likely be a point of emphasis for the Patriots as they go to the film. And then toward the very end, that's the bucket we're talking about. Smith with the steal. I mean, it's instinctive for a kid on a steal, whether there's 10 seconds left or not, whether the normal situation is to dribble out the clock or not. This is an 18-year-old kid who gets a steal in the backcourt. And in a heated game, a statement game, I'm okay with the dunk. I'm okay with it. But it'll be interesting to find out if his coach and anyone else isn't. Lincoln was not, but the teams did shake hands. No physical altercations, a lot of jawing. I mean, you have the defending state champ and the team this year that coming into tonight looked like the favorite to win the state championship this year. And we might have to recalibrate that assertion now, considering the way Mitchell beat Lincoln this evening in Lincoln Gymnasium, 69-58. We have to pick an American State Bank player of the game. And while Sam Erickson led all scorers by far with 28 points, including 7 First Dakota 3-point makes, it's hard not to give the nod to somebody from the team that just knocked off the roaring red-hot number 1 team in the state. So we're going to go with Marcus Talley from Mitchell. He finished with 19. He had 15 of those in the first half. And that was a big part of Lincoln getting a lead, which mounted to 18 in the second half, that the Colonels were more than able to protect, even though Lincoln got it to 6 a couple of times. And Marcus Talley was probably the biggest part of Mitchell doing so. Defensively on Brody Schaefer tonight for much of the game until Schaefer turned it on and led that comeback charge a couple times in the second half, but certainly on the offensive end where if Marcus Talley wasn't scoring, he was a big threat, and he was also dishing a bunch of precision passes for assists. In a 69-58 road victory for number 4 Mitchell at number 1 Lincoln. And the Patriots fall to 10-1. The Colonels are now 10-2. And that'll do it for tonight. We really appreciate everyone tuning in, whether it's on the radio or on our various outlets via Metro Sports TV, our friends at DakotaNewsNow.com, and the Outlaw Channel 13.2. And we have plenty more to go down the stretch in February on our Avera Games of the Week. And our next one will come on February 14th, 2 weeks from now, Valentine's night. Let's set the date, a doubleheader with Washington visiting O'Gorman with the girls' game to start at 5:30. For Chad Berger and his intrepid crew here at Lincoln High School, and for our Director of Broadcasting, Brad Newitt, we bid you adieu on the television side of things. We'll keep it on Fox Sports 98.1 for some scores from around the state. And a reminder, you can watch this game back on demand on metrosports.tv. 69-58. Mitchell with the win over Lincoln here tonight on metrosports.tv.
News now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. Your first and only local news in primetime. 1 hour to focus on the headlines of the day, plus breaking news as it happens. 1 hour to provide in-depth coverage of the biggest stories, alerting you first to what impacts you and your family's safety. 1 hour to give you a more detailed look at your first alert forecast, updating you every 5 minutes so you can prepare for tomorrow's forecast tonight. Dakota News Now at 9 on Fox Sioux Falls. Your